What's going on, everyone? So Spencer Dinwiddie, he was the free agent acquisition off a buyout for the Lakers, and somebody that myself and many of you were really excited for, right? A guy that's sizable, 6'5", he's got like a 6'8" wingspan, more athletic than the guards that we have in D'Lo and Reeves, and a guy that could really make an impact on this roster. You're talking about a very skilled guard that can play multiple positions, that can defend multiple positions, that can play on ball, can play off ball, a real playmaker. And we've only gotten 2 games of Spencer Dinwiddie. And I think he has been spectacular, right? You've seen everything you could want to see from Spencer Dinwiddie in these 2 games, right? The little glimpses of what can become. Now, again, 2-game sample size. In those 2 games, he's averaging about 30 minutes per game, 29.5. He's only averaging 6 attempts per game, but he's shooting 50% from the field. Most of them have been threes. He's averaging 4.5 threes per game, and he's making 1.5, so 33%. That's something that I hope picks up and gets better. He is, based on his stats, again, it's 2 games, 100% from 2-point range. He's averaging 1.5 attempts per game, and he's making 1.5 attempts per game. He has an EFG in those 2 games of 62.5. Free throw line, he's also shooting 100% thus far, and averaging 5.5 assists. 5.5 assists for a guy that has no chemistry with this roster. Now, look, he's played with D'Lo, he's played with Prince, he's played with Wood, right? He's played with some of the guys on this roster, right? Rui. But come on, like, he's averaging nearly 5 assists, and he's just kind of out there, just being out there. He's also averaging 2 steals per game, and 8 points per game, right? So he's basically averaging 8, 1, 6, and 2. That is very good for a guy that has only played 2 games. Now, again, some things will average out. Some things will. I don't expect him to shoot 100% from the 2-point range the entire season. That'd be ridiculous. But I could see things like his assist total. I could see him averaging 6 to 8 assists per game, in all honesty. Right? His playmaking is going to be so massive for us, whether it's in a bench role, starting role. Right? I think if the starting unit continues to play and perform the way that it has been, then I imagine Darvin Ham will leave that the way it is, and you'll see Spencer Dinwiddie continue to come off the bench. But this is a guy that I think the Lakers need desperately off the bench. Like, that was one of the real problems for the Lakers, right? One of the big problems for the Lakers is, like, when LeBron goes to the bench, and a lot of times D'Lo will go to the bench as well, who's the other playmaker, right? You'll see lineups where, like, Austin Reeves is running his own unit, but he's not a playmaker. I've said this before. Big difference between a guy that can make plays and an actual playmaker, right? Like, D'Lo is an actual playmaker. What we've seen from Spencer Dinwiddie is an actual playmaker. And by that, what I mean is playmakers, they are constantly seeing things as they develop, things before they develop. They are generating basically nothing into something, right? Even when they are being aggressive. You saw Spencer Dinwiddie a couple of times on occasion would be driving to the basket, right? And boom, Anthony Davis rolls. There you go. He sees that, right? Where sometimes Austin Reeves, he'll drive to the basket and he'll miss that. Austin Reeves, he can find the occasional cutter. He can run the basic, pick and rolls and stuff. He can throw the occasional lob. He can find the open man that hits shots. But he's not good at developing stuff on his own and getting guys in position or seeing things develop or creating things in order to free up guys. Spencer Dinwiddie, you have seen him be able to do that. You have seen a lot of pros and cons from Spencer Dinwiddie, right? Now, as far as the goods that we've seen, right? Because, it's not all sunshines and rainbows, right? The good things that we have seen is playmaking, his ability to shoot off ball, to shoot in a step back, shoot deep, basically shoot and score be a legit 3-level scorer. Him being able to finish at the rim, get to the rim, be able to create contact, be able to finish through contact. His first bucket as a Laker was him getting fouled and finishing through said contact. Those type of things are huge for the Lakers, right? Because it just gives you another guy that can be a difficult shot maker, guy that can shoot off ball, guy that can do multiple things there on the basketball court. Defensively, he's had some great moments, right? Steals are good, but there's more to defense than just getting the occasional steal. You've seen his ability to use his athleticism to stay in front of guys, to close off passing lanes, right? To just kind of be a bit of a pest. Now, some of the bad things are he's gambled a little too much at times, right? Like you've seen him try to go for a steal when he should just be trying to stay in front of the guy, right? And I get, again, all the cons that I'm going to talk about, I want to put an asterisk next to it because I don't think it's things of concern right now because he's just got there. He's played 2 games, right? And he's trying to impress. He's trying to, like, you see it out there at times, right? He's kind of just out there. He's just kind of floating around. More times than not, he's like completely out of plays. He's just kind of standing in the corner waiting for something to happen. He's not really in the actions. He's not really in the sets. Guys aren't really looking for him because he's not really a thought. Because, again, it's been 2 games. So I don't think any of this stuff is a big deal. But as he continues to figure things out and get a part of this team, I want to see him. I want to see less standing around, right? I want to see more action. I want to see him kind of move more without the basketball, which I do believe he could do now. He just hasn't, which, again, not really a huge knock. I don't want to sound like I'm being critical of him because I'm not, right? He might have just been told to do that right now because he doesn't know the plays, he doesn't know designs, and they might not want him getting in the way. But I would like to see him as we get past the All-Star break, him being more aggressive, right? Him being more assertive. Him, when he has the basketball, not being so passive. Obviously, make the play, find the open man, keep the ball moving. Lakers have been playing excellent basketball, sharing the basketball. I don't want to see him, taking 20 attempts per game. But I would like to see him beat guys off the dribble, create things, get things open up, be able to create some driving kicks, not really standing around, being a cutter, being a constant off-ball threat, have some constant movement, things like that. So the gambling, I want to see him stop gambling so much. I want to see him be more assertive. And then the turnovers. Again, turnovers, he's played 2 games with this team, right? Most of those turnovers are just a lack of communication. And he is one of the best assist to turnover ratio players in the league. The guy is very good at taking care of the basketball and getting you 6 to 9 assists. But he's averaging 5.5 steal or 5.5 assists, and he's averaging 2.5 turnovers. Again, I don't want to seem too critical. I want people to understand that it's only been 2 games. But I do think he's going to be a very important piece. I think he's going to be a very big factor for the Lakers. So I want to talk about things because we're going to need him throughout the course of the season, and I want to see the good and bad, right? We need to kind of keep an eye on things as we move forward. I do also think we got these 8 days off between the previous game against the Utah Jazz and our next game against the Golden State Warriors on the 22nd. So there will be 8 days in between. I do think that this is very good for the Lakers. They have a ton of momentum right now. So there is a bit of concern of them kind of halting that momentum and kind of, having to regain that fire. But I think that this is great because we're dealing with a lot of injuries. We're introducing a new player in Spencer Dinwiddie. And I think that this is a good opportunity to do both, right? Get guys rest, allow guys to have the opportunity to kind of recoup, kind of calm their bodies, calm their minds, get themselves situated. But also I think that this is good, especially for Spencer Dinwiddie, because I think now what you're going to be able to do is it just gives you time to integrate Spencer Dinwiddie get him familiar with the team schemes and what his role is, and kind of carve things out for him. So that way he can get more comfortable. He can get more familiar. He can do the things and fix and correct the things that I've talked about, right? Being more assertive, being more aggressive out there. Less turnovers because he'll have more familiarity. Okay, this guy's supposed to be here. Oh, we're running this. So I know he needs the ball here. Oh, AD loves the ball here. D'Lo loves his shooting pocket is here, right? Like all of the little things that as a playmaker, you need to know about your teammates, right? Where does this guy like the ball? Does he like it on the left side? Is he like it on the right side? Where's his shooting pocket? Is it mid? Is it low? Is it left? Is it high? Where does he like it when he's going to catch and shoot, right? Like all of these things, he's now going to have the opportunity to figure out and learn. So I think that this little break, this little hiatus is going to be very good for him to kind of get comfortable through practices and things like that, and through just team building, right? He has relationships with many of these guys. I'm sure he's picking D'Lo's brain and everybody's brain, right? And that's good. That gives him an opportunity to really kind of get things right. But personally, I am excited, and I mean excited, to see what does he look like 10 games from now, right? What does he look like going into the postseason? Because I think he's going to be very good. And, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he's like averaging, 15 and 6, something like that. Just because of his abilities to play off ball, on ball. I think he's going to have a huge role as the primary playmaker off the bench. Even when guys like Gabe Vincent and stuff like that do return, I think Spencer Dinwiddie, because Gabe Vincent's more of a 3-and-D guy. He's more of like, a George Hill, Avery Bradley, Mario Chalmers, Norris Cole type guy, where they're more of like initiators than real playmakers. So I think you could put him alongside Spencer Dinwiddie, let Spencer Dinwiddie run the offense, and now you have like that point of attack 3-and-D style point guard next to a 6'5" athletic point of attack 2 guard. And I think you really have some versatility there. And so I just think he's going to have lots of opportunities to be on the ball. I think he's going to get the green light at some point, and he's going to be able to be aggressive and assertive. And I do think he's going to have that impact. Personally, it's just me. If you told me you could have one of 2 Spencer Dinwiddies, if you told me, hey, you could have a 20-9 Spencer Dinwiddie, but he's going to be the defensive guy that he was with the Nets this year. Or I could have a 10-6 Spencer Dinwiddie, but he's going to be like that 112 defensive rating that we saw with like Dallas and the previous Nets stint, right? I would rather have that. I would rather Spencer Dinwiddie giving us 10 points a game with 6 assists, but he is just an excellent defensive player, because we need that more, right? I do think he will be at least good defensively. I'm not saying he'll be great or elite, but I think he'll be at least good. I think he'll be better than he has been with the Brooklyn Nets, for one. 2, I do think he'll be probably 15-6, somewhere in that ballpark. If I had to guess, once again, he gets assertive, he gets comfortable, he starts being more aggressive, finding his shots. You're going to have those games where he goes and gives you 30 or whatever. So I'm looking forward to those moments, right? But I'd like a nice balance with him of offense and defense. And we'll see. Time will tell. But I'm very high on Spencer Dinwiddie. I think we have seen a lot of great things from him during these 2 games. Again, it's 2 games. Can't take too much away from it, but I do think all of the signs are there of like, this is going to be a very happy marriage, right? He fixes and helps a lot of what the Lakers' issues are and a lot of what the Lakers need. And it just gives you another guy besides D'Lo and Reeves that on any night can go off, right? D'Lo, for the most part this season, has basically stood out as the third guy. Right? Reeves has been very hot and cold, as I mentioned earlier. He's been much better as of late. But the good thing with Spencer Dinwiddie is now, if D'Lo has an off night, he can step up and go get you 20. Right? If Reeves is having an off night, Dinwiddie can go step up and go get you 20. Right? There's going to be the nights, like I mentioned, where he's hot and he's cooking and he's got things going. Well, now he could be the third guy that night. Right? It just gives you another guy that on any given night can just be a third guy or that fourth guy that could be very impactful. So I'm pumped. I'm excited. But what do you think? What are your thoughts and opinions? I'd love to hear it. Let me know. What are your kind of expectations for Spencer Dinwiddie post All-Star break? And, what do you think so far with these 2 games? Again, however you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out a lot. Lets me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.